Hi, I'm Alan French. I'm with FandomWire. Asif and Saagar, thank you so much for speaking with us about Deli Boys.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Dude,
when
thank you
when
so much.
when I first started watching the show, by the end of episode one, I knew these were like two of my favorite characters on television.
So
The chemistry you build is like incredible. Did you guys know each other before the show started, or was this your first project together?
no, we had never like formally met before.
Mhm.
We met on a chemistry read on Zoom. So it's
That's
really like a
incredible.
lot of like luck that all of us in the show, because I had never met Porna either.
Yeah, I met Borna once
Yeah.
before that, but
And
it was
she
like
slapped
10
you.
seconds. Yeah, she slapped me. She said, "Don't talk to me
Don't
ever
talk,
again."
Dev, don't until you,
Little man.
yeah,
Yeah.
unless I'm contractually obligated, don't ever talk to me. No,
Well,
we had never met before, and so like we were really lucky that we all got together and that we actually like each other, and
mhm.
yeah, and I think that that helped the chemistry of the show because right off the rip we were able to like lock in, and I think that made season two even more fun because we already built this world together.
Yeah. And I think all
Mhm.
three of us were just so excited
Yes.
to be there and
Mhm.
to be working, and
That
to
part,
like,
yeah.
to be working together where there's I already before even meeting Asif, I already knew ways he grew up that I could
Yeah,
relate
yeah,
to. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And
Mhm.
same thing with Borna. And so it was cool to have like three of us on a set. And then yeah, I mean, it was all love.
Yeah.
Well, Cigar, your character seemed very intent on leaving the business through most of the end of last season, and obviously you are fully thrown into the deep end in this season
Yeah,
based on the
yeah.
trailer. So, kind of tell us about how you've kind of tracked that arc as a performer, to go from where you wanted to leave to now being fully in the spotlight.
Yeah, I mean, he's very motivated right now by revenge after finding out that Emma is the one that killed his dad, who he's still going through this trauma. He's having like apparitions of seeing his dad, seeing Baba, when he's
Hmm.
a little too high,
Mm.
and that's like a part of like his grief, right? It's
Hmm.
still with him.
Yeah.
And to find out that one of your uncles who you've known
Your whole
forever,
life,
your
yeah.
whole life,
Yeah.
is the one that like caused you this grief and trauma in your life. Um, he really locked in on revenge, and he's like, I'm not going anywhere until this guy is out of the picture.
Hmm.
And that's ultimately why he stayed, why he, is
Hmm.
there in season two. Mir has got his goal, Raj has
Hmm.
got his goal, and they kind of are two different goals that will end together with the same results, which would be like Ameth is like a recurring threat to the business,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yep.
it's like Raj is killing two birds with one stone, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, and I was going to ask you about that also. Mir's basically sacrificed everything for Darko,
Yes.
and now you kind of have this like emotional loss that you had experienced all through last season. Now you're moving into like a more like leadership style role. Kind of how did that change the way that you played Mir in season two?
I think yeah, having the information from season one of, in season one he was juggling, trying to keep a relationship going and trying to get this business off the ground and
Hmm.
situated. And then now in season two, the relationship has fully fallen apart. His
Hmm.
brother is fully on this other journey that he does not care for, of going and finding Emeth. And so he's kind of on his own and he feels like he's the only one trying to really accomplish, their father's main goal, which was to get these golf courses going and to get us, in the green where we're kind of not just these people running this, mob on the ground level. And so I
Right.
think
Yeah.
that made it, I think, as far as the drama and the conflict between us, that made it really fun
Hmm.
because I'm always trying to get him to come over to my side and he's always trying to convince me to go over to his side, and that made, I think, it really fun to play with each
Yeah,
other
yeah,
in
yeah.
season two. But ultimately, yeah, you are right. We are trying to get to the same goal, which is trying to just make Baba proud, and we both just have two different ways of doing it. But ultimately, it all comes together in the end. But it is really fun to see the lengths we're going to get to the same place.
And like how deep
Yeah.
in each direction we both go.
And how much we will not relent. We're like, the more we go, we're like, no. We're just digging our heels into our own path.
Okay. Well, so last question. Both of you independently have been in the MCU. I always wondered what it would be like for Mir and Raj to actually meet their MCU counterparts. What would they say to each other?
We've talked about that, but also we've talked about like, if we met our characters, it would be kind of nuts. But I think it'd be more fun if we like, actually, no, that is actually really good. If Mir and Raj in Philly met like our
Hammer and
Norm, that actually would be really fun. But then you'd have to figure out, we'd have to have a meeting with Kevin Feige to figure out
they have multiverses.
Why
you guys could figure it out.
like why our MCU characters would ever meet each other.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they both live in New Jersey.
That is true.
So it's very possible
that they run into each other.
But if Raj ran into Amr,
yeah.
I mean, Amr's a good guy.
So
he's
he'd be like,
guy.
This guy.
No, he'd be like, I need to get Raj on the straight path.
You'd try making him calm down.
I need to like guide him. To become a better person, a better Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
And Raj would be like, yo,
cut all that shit out.
He's like, hit this. Yeah.
And I think Mir and Norm would actually get along really well.
Actually,
I think they both are the same as far as like they want to get work done and they're type A-ish, except though that Norm is kind of like a rule follower. Norm is a super rule follower and Mir used to be that. But then when he found out that his dad is this big criminal, so he would kind of have to like convince Norm through business talk that, hey, I know that this is criminal, but we're now in this golf course kind of thing that we're trying to angle towards. So maybe you can help me with that. So I think there's a way for it to be done.
Well, thank you guys so much for indulging me with that question.
Hey, thank you so much. I like your Shaquille O'Neal.
That's so cool, that jersey, yeah.
It was from the retirement when they retired jersey in Orlando. So yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much.